Juyu gets thinking after listening to Jui. It's been a long time since I saw such strong and resolute eyes. It's like I've gone back to the days of fighting in the front line. I've stayed too long in a peaceful place and even my mindset seeks stability. I have a gap with hot-headed young people now. She leaves from there and says her last words to Jui. Very well, I am waiting for your results. We will meet again, Mr. Jui. After this the story shifts directly after 1 month, where the exam was about to start, and this time the examiner according to the students was Demon Yang, and due to the presence of that examiner Yang, all the students were afraid that they would not be able to pass. The students were worried about the examiner because he was the one who had created those dangerous questions 2 years ago, and their district's average score that year was a new low record. Some of them students also talk about Jui and they all start talking to each other about Jui. Have you heard? Jui rejected special admission. He wants to enter the top 3 universities. No way, that's arrogant. Not even the top genius of a district dares to say they will enter the top 3 universities. How could he? He's going to lose everything because he thinks he's hot shit with a hidden class. An admission fund of millions. I would have said yes. How unfortunate. Suddenly some students look at Jui and they all say to each other, look, Jui has come here. When Jui, who had come to pass this exam, passed among them, a light shining golden color and aura was emanating from his body. Seeing him, some students say it seems that Jui is different from before. He seems powerful. Jui goes and stops right in front of the portal gate. He was very serious because he has to clear the exam and get admission in the top 3 universities. All the students were standing in front of the secret realm portal. Meanwhile, the map of the secret realm opens and it contains all the information about the secret realm. Students must take their exams in the secret realm deep inside the dark forest. Levels are from 10 to 13. Difficulty is easy, hard and nightmare. In this secret realm, 1 to 5 people are required. Students have also been warned before going into this secret realm because there are cat monsters and minotaurs inside the forest. They are cruel creatures that like eating human flesh. Seeing the details of Secret Realm, there is panic among all the students. They were quite worried after seeing the difficulty of Secret Realm, so they start talking to each other. It's deep inside the dark forest. Will there be a swamp terrain too? Cat monsters are extremely agile, while minotaurs have thick skin. Demon Yang doesn't want us to live. The maximum number of party members allowed represents the difficulty of the map. It was usually 3 people in previous exams, but it's 5 this time. Just then the teacher comes there and shouts to all the students, remember to work according to your ability. If you feel any danger in the secret realm, use the return scroll immediately. If these students are killed in the secret realm map, they will be killed in real life too. So the teacher explains to them that you have to save your life even if it means failing the exam. In all these things, 30 seconds time gets finished and the students were ready to leave from here. Hence the teacher says examinee. Be ready. And then after this, all the students start getting teleported one by one from there to the secret realm map. While leaving from here, some students had a smile on their face and some had a feeling of fear on their face. But they will have to show their ability by finishing this exam. Within a few minutes, all the students go to the map. Only a few teachers and some students who had come to watch the exam were left outside. Outside, all these people were looking at the people inside the map on the screen. Among them we could see some people whose full details of name and stats were being shown on the screen. First student we see is Sun Kang of class 1 and his role is warrior. He has chosen hard difficulty alone. Second student is also from class 1. Name is Mo King and his role is assassin. He has chosen hard difficulty alone. In the third screen, 3 students are seen who are from class 1 but they have formed a team and have chosen hard difficulty. Their name is Long Fei, Sun Jian, Kang Su and their role is elemental mage and gunsman. And finally the one we were waiting for is our hero whose role we know is Saint Knight but he has chosen the nightmare difficulty alone. And in the last screen some warriors of class 2 are seen whose name was Jiang Wei, Wang Lai, Zhao Tianhong, Yang Erlang. It was a team of 4 people and they have chosen hard difficulty. Their role is archer, fire mage, swordsman, potion master. The students sitting outside were looking at the details of all these. Then we see that a student says to the boy next to him, as accepted of elite class, apart from 2 parties, everyone is giving the exam alone. Solo means you get to hog all the experience and get a higher mark in the E-exam, but risk of death also increases. Only seniors who have an elite class dare to do that. However, suddenly a girl shouts and says, look there, it is Jui. They all also see Jui's details on the screen, but at this time, some red-colored eyes were glowing along with Jui's details on the screen. Jui has chosen nightmare difficulty, so they are all very surprised that he alone has chosen the nightmare level. In the midst of all this audience we see Headmaster Luo and Education Director Jan Tao. The Education Director had his eyes on the screen to see the performance of the students, but what surprised him the most was our MC. Seeing our MC alone in nightmare difficulty, he looks directly towards the headmaster and says in panicked words, "This is Jui right. Saint Knight possesses extraordinary support capabilities. He'll be the ace no matter which party he joins. Why did Jui choose to go solo? And he even chose the nightmare difficulty with a 40% death rate." The headmaster was just wondering whether I had made a mistake or whether Jui had made a mistake. The education director was very nervous because the city council has given a lot of resources to Jui this month to give him the chance of getting a good result. If he dies in the map, the entire Lijiang city government's public opinion will be hit hard. The step taken by Jui means that he is ignoring the support of the government. Thinking about this, the education director was getting very angry, but the headmaster sitting next to him tried to calm him down by saying, "Don't worry, Director Jan. Jui is not a rash person. He must have his own trump card." Here inside the map, many bloodthirsty red eyes were simultaneously after our MC. Jui was aware of all of them, and to eliminate them, Jui unleashes his weapon. There was no fear in Jui's eyes after seeing so many monsters of nightmare difficulty. It seemed as if he had achieved a lot in this 1 month. However, just then a cat monster reaches full speed to attack Jui. Seeing him, our MC was ready that you have come at the right time. And as soon as the monster comes close to him, he kills the monster right there in one attack with his weapon. Our hero's weapon is not a sword but a single blade axe, which was of bronze 2-star. Dual-handed polearm weaponry. It increases strength by 7%, and after equipping it reduces agility by 2%. When our hero was killing this monster, a divine gold-colored aurora was coming out from the sides of his body, and the passion to do something was visible in his eyes. After killing this monster, Jui was standing there with very angry eyes. There was blood on his face, but he wants to go to the best university, so he will have to do more than this. Meanwhile, we see some stats of Jui in which his strength was 45, constitution was 51, agility was 43, and his intelligence was 52. Seeing them, Jui thinks in his mind, "In 1 month I reached level 10, but my average stat points have reached an outrageous 47. Equal to level 13. Even in the entire Sukang district, I can enter the top rankings of examinees." It had been a long time since this one monster was killed, but we saw that there were many monsters following Jui who were not coming out of fear after the death of one of their companions. Therefore, Jui decides that he will go and kill them himself, and he rushes towards all of them at his full speed. Jui also quickly applies level 4 weapon blessing on his weapon, which was of grade C. Condense holy light increases the attack power and accuracy of weapons for teammates within a certain range. After this, friends, Jui starts cutting all those monsters one by one like carrots and radishes as if he is playing with them. Under the S+ grade talent protection of Sacred Angels effect, the Saint Knight exclusive skill weapon blessing was enhanced too. The strength of a single bladed axe was increased by 21 points. Other students must be jealous of Jui having such a powerful buff, since the university exam limits your weapons to below 3-star bronze, but the axe in Jui's hand has the same effect as 5-star bronze after buffing. Each statistic is enough to cover the distance between Jui and everyone else in the exam. Jui was killing them all one by one. Seeing their comrades dying continuously, some monsters attack Jui simultaneously, but Jui immediately unleashes the Blood of Pure White skill and destroys them all in a matter of seconds. The Blood of Pure White skill that Jui has activated is of level 5 and grade C. In a way, we can see that there is an electric current running in his hands, and he was cutting all those monsters with both his hands, due to which his XP was continuously increasing and continuous notifications were showing on the system screen. Inside the map, Jui was beating them continuously, while the students sitting outside were completely surprised to see Jui's performance. All of them one by one were saying, "Wow, close call." Senior Jui's timing to release his skill is so sharp, he used Blade of Pure White almost the exact moment he was attacked. Jui, who had become a demon in front of these monsters inside the map, was beating all of them not only with weapons but also in hand-to-hand fighting, and while beating all of them, he thinks in his mind, "Blade of Pure White has been leveled up to 5 by me. It mass powerful light element damage under protection of Sacred Angel buff. It can instantly kill any low-level monsters." Jui destroyed all the monsters that came in this round. Out of them, the one that was left, Jui directly killed it by attacking it with a lightning attack on its stomach. The spectators sitting outside start shouting with joy after seeing the performance of our MC. They all shout out their words one by one. "Incredible. Senior Ju is dominating. I've seen single-bladed axes in trade centers before, It's really heavy, but Senior Zhu looks like he's playing with it. Did he add all his free points into strength? Then a teacher says no, look carefully. Zhui's speed is more than those cat monsters. Not just speed, he releases his magic rapidly too, and it's powerful as well. His intelligence stat is definitely not low. The angle to unleash his axe, the control of his speed of attack, the strength behind his slashes are all well managed. It's like he's a combat genius. And friends, in this manhwa, the intelligence point shown in the system window is used to increase the magic power. All the students start looking at the screen very attentively after listening to the teacher. Teachers of every class were also watching this performance of the students. We also see the teacher of class 5 who was watching Zhui's performance. Looking at his face, it seems that he is a little worried, but a teacher sitting with him was getting very irritated after seeing him. The teacher of a different class was wondering how such a good student is in class 5. The education director also says seriously after seeing Zhui's performance. Zhui's combat mindset is strong, but his methods are unwise. He wasted his stamina on the first wave of cat monsters. The education director's talk was continuous, and here inside the map, Zhui was ready for the second round because another wave of monsters had come in front of him which had surrounded Zhui from all sides. And the talk of the education director sitting outside was still going on continuously, where he was telling everyone something about nightmare difficulty. He tells everyone that nightmare difficulty not only has powerful monsters, but in large quantities as well. Even excellent mages might fail because of magic energy consumption. The axe's weight is a great burden to the class itself. Swinging it once or twice might feel like nothing, but swinging it consecutively for hundreds of times. He won't even have the strength to hold the axe and get torn to shreds by the cat monsters in the end. Many monsters had come to attack Zhui. Their number was very high. The students sitting outside were very worried for Zhui, because they saw more waves of cat monster coming, and they were not even giving Zhui a chance to rest. From the words of all the students sitting outside, it seemed that they were very scared. They were afraid whether Senior Zhui would be able to eliminate them this time or not. Although we already know what will happen. Yes friends, what you are thinking is happening. Our hero was continuously destroying them all with his axe and his lightning. Just like we cut vegetables in our house, Zhui was cutting these monsters like this, sometimes with his axe, sometimes with his lightning. He was attacking all of them and killing them one by one. Zhui had become a kind of death god for all those cat monsters. At this time our MC was standing on the dead body of these cat monsters. Now there was not even a single cat monster left here. He had killed all of them. However, just then the portal to the next round opens. Our MC is a bit surprised at first seeing the portal suddenly, but he understands that this is an entrance to the next round. So without any delay he enters the portal, and as soon as he goes to the other side of the portal there were a lot of cat monsters standing and sitting in front of him. As if all these monsters were waiting for our MC, they were already in fighting position. Our MC shows his power as soon as he arrives in Secret Realm. He finishes the first round in just a few minutes. He solves every problem that comes his way with his power, and the audience sitting outside is very surprised to see the performance of our MC. Because in a way Zhui seemed to be the god of death. Teachers watching this match first doubt Zhui's ability, but seeing his performance, those people are also very surprised. And here in the Secret Realm, after killing the monsters of the first round, Zhui enters the second round where many monsters were waiting for him. The match was very exciting, and the audience who were surprised to see this match still could not take their eyes off the screen. All eyes were on our hero's performance, because he was moving forward after solving every problem that came his way. And one of the favorite hosts, KK, who is hosting this match, welcomes everyone on QICAN Live. KK was giving complete information to his audience watching live about what was happening in the match. Live streaming was playing on the screen, and he was giving all the information to his live audience here. He tells that right now the live stream of Shining Saint Knight, the most popular student who is an S-grade talent holder, is going on. Zhui's exam was taking a very exciting turn as it is still covered all over the screen. Host KK shows everyone the timing in the phone and says that he has completed the first wave of the nightmare map on incredible efficiency. He has done this work in just 3 minutes 17 seconds. More than the viewers, this host seems to be in excitement. He comes in front of his camera and says, "Guys, do you know what this means? 3 minutes 17 seconds. That's 29 seconds faster than last year's top achiever." Due to so much excitement of the host, even the cameraman got worried because this host is repeatedly coming in front of the camera, due to which the cameraman asks him to stay away from the camera. Here the students sitting in the audience start discussing among themselves. A female student says, "He kept swinging and slashing, yet he only panted a little afterwards. How much is Senior Zhu's constitution points?" Hearing that, another student says, "Director Zhan said that it is foolish to waste our stamina on the first wave of monsters. It seems that we cannot even fully understand it." All the students started discussing amongst themselves like this. After listening to one of the students, Mr. Lai says, "Jiang Feifei, look at the exam carefully. Director Zhan will not lie to us." As soon as the student hears this, she starts having fun with Mr. Lai and says, "Mr. Lai, I see you are also enjoying a lot by watching Zhuyi's performance." Hearing this, Mr. Lai feigns anger and says, "Don't say any nonsense." However, a kind of devilish smile could be seen on Mr. Li's face because deep inside he is very happy to see Zhuyi's performance. He smiles like this, wondering if my smile is clearly visible. Now everyone wanted to see what Zhuyi will do in the next stage because he has been doing well till now, but the next stage is full of powerful monsters. Here inside the map, our MC is standing in front of the monsters of round 2. He starts checking the status of these monsters one by one through his evaluation technique. There are many types of monsters here, like first of all he checks Minotaur, whose level was 14. He is a silver grade damager. He has skills like Berserk, Wild Rush, War Stomp, and Super Body. In such a crowd, he checks the ability of the second monster. He checks the Light Cat monster, whose level is 12. His grade is Bronze. In skill, he has Light type skill. He also has Mastery and Healing technique. The third one is the Fire Cat monster, which is level 13. And he is also of Bronze grade. In skill, he is Master in Fire type skill and can also use Fireball and Fire Surge. Next was the level 11 Dark Cat monster. This is also Bronze grade. In skill, he is Master in Dark type skill and can also use Curse. While checking all these, Zhuyi was thinking, there are regular warrior type cat monsters, light cat monsters serving as healers, fire and dark cat monsters serving as mages, and the silver grade minotaur that can do extremely high damage. Warrior, healer and mage, classic team composition. If the first stage are just scattered bandits, the second stage is a team of trained soldiers. The risk of death has increased by 100-fold. Suddenly all those monsters scream. They were now ready to attack our hero. Minotaur and some other monsters go out for direct attack on our hero. Fire-type monsters and Dark-type monsters become ready to use their skills from a distance. Before Zhuyi can make any movement, he gets caught in the curse of Dark-type monsters. Despite being trapped in this, Zhuyi is completely calm. However, the audience sitting outside is not calm after seeing this. They are all upset to see Zhuyi trapped in the curse. Students sitting outside seeing the dangerous situation start shouting, "Oh my god, he is in danger." Here inside the map, Minotaur and many other monsters are coming for physical attack, whereas the curse-type monster had trapped Zhuyi in a curse. At the same time, fire attacks of fire-type monsters were also reaching to hit Zhuyi. Seeing the teamwork of all of them, a smile comes on Zhuyi's face and he says with a smile, "Warriors rushing forward, mages applying buffs, healers dishing effects, your teamwork isn't that bad." Seeing this, there is tension on the faces of all the people sitting outside. Some have closed their eyes and some do not want to see this scene. Everyone is in tension as to what Zhuyi will do next. The monster comes near Zhuyi and attacks him. But then we see that some golden light starts glowing in Zhuyi's hands. And within some time, that golden light starts coming out from his entire body. His eyes, his body was emitting golden colored aura. Zhuyi quickly uses his new technique, the Cross of the Scared Light. As soon as the technique is completed, a golden colored cross appears behind Zhuyi, which is quite big. And as soon as that cross appears here, it starts affecting all the monsters nearby. Due to this, the monsters which had come close to Zhuyi to attack him started screaming in pain, and within some time they started dying on their own. The brightness of the lightning of this cross was so much that even the monsters standing far away were finding it difficult to see. And those who are close are almost finished in a way. This Cross of the Sacred Light is a level 4 skill with grade B. Summon the sacred light and form a cross behind you, causing continuous light elemental fire damage to every enemy within your range. This skill was so powerful that we can see in the image the monster that came to attack Zhuyi is dead. And Zhuyi is looking at them very calmly. The cross is still visible behind him. Dust was spread everywhere and there were dead monsters scattered on the ground. That too without any fight.